I talked a little bit about what makes things interesting in learning, which is the environment and discovery. And so um, that we always want the students to be curious and to have this to be asking questions, which is crazy because school is this terrible dichotomy of we need to explore the world, but sit down and shut up and focus on page 42, right? Uh, and so the root of curiosity is asking questions, and questions tend to be really frustrating. And try being a parent and getting. I got three. It's just me. I got three kids, and every day is a process of endless questions. Some of which I know the answer to, some of which I don't know the answer to, some of which I don't have the time to respond to. Um, some of which I say you need to ask Google. So because I'm not all seeing and all knowing and of all the facts of everything. I'll point you in the right direction. If I even if I don't know the answer, I can probably direct you to somebody who does know the answer, and
Mm-hmm.
that's I think the key role of parenting facilitation. Yeah, it's that you can come to me fully aware that I might not know the direct answer, but I can give you indirectly a way to solve
Mm-hmm.
the problem. So
Mm-hmm.
school is not we we try to ensure that school is not a task or a chore. It's just a way of growing. And it's something that where we try to create interest, and where there's interest, we explain and we explore certain topics. Um, I just I approach things in different ways. So let me give you an example. So with the VR technology,
Mm-hmm.
right? Okay, so that's technology that kids are never going to get in school. They're
Yes.
never going to get. They're never going to, and it's the latest technology. So it's just like, well, I can do more in one day here than in like 10 years in a school. My kids would get in 10 years in a school. So win. Okay, that's winning, right? And winning isn't everything, but when the results are accurate, it's important. And so there's that. And then taking that, playing the games, talking about learning the games and understanding what you can do within the games, and then reviewing it through where we sit and we talk about the strategy of the games.
Yes.
And so that's communication and presentation.
Yes. Yeah.
And so being aware of all of those things um, creates for me a holistic level of learning where you need on one side to be aware of the level that your kids are at and sort of where they should be,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and on the other side to realize that they're going to grow and progress at different levels in different ways. And um, it, a lot of education is like learning to ride a bike. It's that there's work and you don't get it until you get it. And then when you get it, there's that eureka moment. Now, the eureka moment doesn't happen without work, but nobody knows when it's going to happen. So, when am I going to understand this? Well, you sort of understand it when you need to understand it because you force yourself to understand it. We wouldn't be having this conversation. We wouldn't be having this conversation unless you forced yourself to be here. And I don't mean force in a negative way. I just mean that you consciously made the decision to to be here. So, and that's why learning takes place. And so realizing, and the parent's job is to realize when the kids have an interest in something and take them in a certain direction, give them experience of different aspects, realizing parents' limitations, and bringing in other people and other kids and other families and to have other experiences. And it works really well having 3 kids because I see the way that the kids interact with each other, and that interaction is necessary, and it wouldn't work so well if there wasn't that dynamic there. Which is not planning, right? I mean, that's just kind of the way that things evolved and developed, and you can't really predict beyond that. So awareness, right? Awareness of where the parents are at with their abilities and skills and their needs, and where the children are at with their abilities and skills and needs, and making sure that you're providing the right environment for the kids, and you're not just self-managing. You're not using the kids to fill your own space. Yeah. Which is what, people will use that criticism from the beginning. It's like, oh, you're just blah, blah, blah. It's like, if you're aware of it, then you can mitigate it and understand it and realize, when it's when certain things are important, when certain things matter. And